Hello there everyone, and thank you for joining me once again. In this tutorial I'm going to tie up another classic wet fly pattern. This guy is the Professor. A real old pattern, but still a fish catcher today. So I thought you might like to see this one tied up this time around, so I'll get this guy the vise, a new hook in, and I'll get started here. The hook is a standard wet fly hook, mustad 3399, tying it on a size 10. We'll get that locked down here. There we go. And I'm going to start out with white thread here, UTC 70 denier. Okay, so we'll start that thread right behind the eye here, about hook eye length or so. And we'll gradually wrap back to the bend. Okay, we'll stop our thread there, snip off that excess. Now, tail is simply red hackle fibers, so I'm got a red saddle hackle here. I'm going to pull a small amount off for the tail. Okay, just pinch a little bit off there, and going to measure those up, about hook shank length or so. Come in and tie those down, just like so there. A couple wraps to secure them in. Now, I'm going to snip off that excess to where about I want the body to end. It's right about there. Okay, now the rib is small, flat gold tinsel, and I have mallard, gold on one side, silver on the other, so I'm going to tie that with the gold side facing in, right on the far side there. Okay, just like so. Alrighty. Okay. Next is the body material. Now most of the patterns you see of this fly, it has yellow floss for the body, but I'm using a small yarn. It's an embroidery yarn, comes in a skein like so. And when you take it apart, it consists of one strand has about 6 strands in it. And I just pull it apart, and for this size hook you'd want to use about 2 strands, so I got 2 to 3, so I got 2 strands of it here that I pulled off, and that's what I'm going to use for the body instead of floss. So I'm going to tie that in, catch that in on my side here, pull that to the same length, a couple wraps there. Now I'm just going to wrap all that excess forward to create a smooth base to wrap our body down, just like so here. Okay, I'm going to trim that a little bit shorter than that. There we go. Okay, now we'll stop right about there. Now, first thing is to wrap our body. Okay, and I'll take that first wrap right in front of the tail here, just like so, and just give that a nice snug pull, and we'll just begin to wrap that forward till we get to our tie-off point there. It's a nice bright yellow, this yarn, that's why I like to use it. It's got a really nice bright color to it. Okay, now we'll tie that off. Wraps there. Okay, now I'll move my thread out of the way and come in and snip that just like so. A couple more wraps. Okay, now I'm going to bring that tinsel around. Now we're going to wrap our rib here, so come down around, and we'll go for about 4 wraps. So there's 4. Tie that guy off. A couple wraps behind him. We'll go in front. Okay, a couple more wraps, and we'll come in and snip him off nice and close. And just tidy that up there a bit. Okay, next is our hackle. And I have a hen hackle here ready to tie in. Okay, I'm going to tie that in by the tip here. Reel on the side on my side here. Just a couple wraps forward. And we'll go back a wrap or two on him. Just make sure he's locked in there really good. And we'll snip off that excess tip, just like so. Got a couple more fibers there. Snip those out. Okay. And make sure that's tied in well. Okie dokie. Now, grab my pliers and begin to wrap that. Okay. I'll try to stroke them fibers back too before I wrap. And we'll come down around here, pulling them back as I go. Okay, looks pretty good there. And come back around one more time, and I'm going to tie this guy off. Make a couple wraps there just to hold him in place. Snug down on my thread, release the pliers, and I'm going to pull that back and wrap back on that little piece of stem there. And if it's long, you can just grab it and pull it off. But if it's short, you just reach in with your scissors like I'm going to do here. Just get a hold of that little guy. Okay, I'll get him here in a second. Okay, I'm just going to reach in, snip him out. Here we go. Okay, now I'm just going to pull these hackle fibers down and back and wrap back to where I want to attach my wing. Just like so, so they're all underneath the hook. There we go. Okay. That looks great. Okay, our last step is to attach our wing. And now, it's mallard flank, and what I'll do is take a mallard feather, and I'll take one section from the right, one section from the left side. That's what I like to do. So you got one here, one section from the right, one from the left. Just going to show you here, just like so. And then I'm going to place them together, almost like you would if you were using duck quill. Pretty much the same idea. And we're going to put those together. Get them ready to tie on here. Okay. Just get them situated. Just bear with me here. Alrighty. Yeah, we're going to measure that up to just about halfway on the tail or a little better. And I'm going to place that on top. Come up around between my fingers. Pull straight down. Then I'm going to take a hold of those butts and just let the thread come down. Then pull down, then come up, and also pull straight up on it. And come back down again. Make a couple wraps and see how your wing looks. Okay. I'm happy with that. That looks fine. It's right on top where I want it, so that should be fine right there. Now, I'm going to come in, snip off the excess here. Just keep a hold of the wing as you do that. Then we'll jump in front of that and begin to wrap the head down. Just like so. Okay, have a look at that there. Looks pretty good. Okay. Alrighty. I'm just frigging with my wing here a little. Alrighty, that's good. Right on top, right in the center. Now, I want a black head on this guy, so I'm going to get my black marker out here. Color that thread up, and we'll start to form the head on him. Okay. Alright, now we'll just work back again here. And work our way up. Just like so. Okay. Yeah, we're pretty much ready for our whip finish, and he's a done deal. I'm just being a little fussy there, but that's okay. That wing's fine. Okay. Now, time for a whip finish, and we'll coat the head and he'll be done. Alrighty. Get a 4 or 5 turn whip finish on this guy. Okie dokie. Yeah, snug that down nice and tight. Come in, snip that off. Okay. Now I'll bring in my Solares here and coat them thread wraps. That's the last part we got to do here. Just work it around. Underneath too. Okay. Alrighty, that looks pretty good right there. Okay. Now just bring in my light, cure that up, and we'll be done. Alrighty. Okay. It'll take too long for this to cure up. And there we have it. Another size 10 Professor wet fly. Like I was saying, it's a real good old classic wet fly. Been around a long time, but it still catches fish. So, once again, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And if you have the ingredients, go ahead and give this guy a tie up. Still an effective attractor wet fly today, that's for sure. And if you haven't subscribed and this is your first time viewing and you'd like to see more videos, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like to throw in a like, I'd appreciate that too as well. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Happy tying out there. And so long for now, folks.